Hey everybody, Orpheolus here. Welcome back to some more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Last time, we went on a worldwide conquest over all of Allrest, beating up every unique monster and slaying the super bosses. This time, it is time we say farewell to this world. So, this episode, we will be doing New Game Plus. Before we do so, a couple things I want to note before starting things out. The first thing you want to do before starting up New Game Plus is clear all the Blade quests and fill up everyone's nodes up to the point where you pretty much get all the rewards. So, for example, if you do like Cosmos's, if you do Cosmos's side quest, you complete that, get the last node. But don't actually fill up the heart-to-heart. Those nodes will not fill up and you have to repeat the process. This is especially troublesome if you do some of the harder side quests such as Gorgs or, not so much Electras. Just make sure you get all those nodes filled up. Otherwise, S everyone up. Get all the heart-to-hearts you can and do all that fun stuff. The next thing you want to do is make sure you have completed every single shop deed. Just so that way you won't have to deal with going back for merc missions. Get all the shop deeds because those do transfer. So you don't have to worry too much about having to farm up merc missions. This is very important for the 12 Brother Pawn, Scissor Pawn. Make sure you get that done. And I think that's more or less all there is to it. Just make sure you get all that stuff. However though, let's begin a second journey through Allrest. So, what carries over for New Game Plus? Your driver levels. Equipment and advancement drivers, blades, bundle blades, gold, items, dev levels, and merc group ranks do carry over, so you don't have to farm those up. Events theater, playtime. Additional features, we'll get over this. Spawn with certain blades from Torna, meat blades from Torna. We'll get to these later on. Warning for New Game Plus. All side quests, heart-to-hearts, and skip travel points will be reset. So you get to do them all over again. Completed merc missions will be reset. However, though, the shop items will not be reset. So, if currently dispatched blades necessary for story progress, they will be removed from the merc group. That's one major thing we'll get to. Any blades engaged with Rex using his Okay then, so stuff will be returned to the original driver. Rock, a Geon, and the unnamed core crystal blade will be available again as story progresses. We'll get to this later on. Just story reasons, you can't have two Geons in the world. Asterisks. And then, when you save after starting New Game Plus, save data from your first playthrough will be overwritten. This is the major one. Since there's no additional save slots, you are only given one. This is the point of no return. Start New Game Plus. Let's begin a journey all over again. For this, though, you can change difficulties. I think for most of this, though, we'll be playing this on Bringer of Chaos. Alright then, so for the very first battle, don't worry about it. You come equipped with your blade. Don't worry, Mithra. Ignore time paradoxes. Alright then. So first things first that we are going to do here is just, progress the story a little bit more. I guess kind of roaming things out here are gentle and bizarre. Heart-to-hearts do reset, and they are available in the world. However, though, if you try to go for one, you will see that you will need, stuff that you require for them. Kind of very important. Next thing, as I am just running around here, totally ignoring the story, salvage deck. Argentum Warehouse is available from the start. If you've already unlocked it, you don't have to worry. That's a major change. You don't have to repurchase it, though I definitely do have the funds. Just something of note. Alright then, going ahead and just progress the story a little bit more. It's almost as if I'm speedrunning this game or something. I can just go through the game at a pretty brisk rate. Yay, 100,000 G! Oh wait, I have 2.3 million. Talk about small fry. Alright then. Yeah, I totally forget the beginning part of the game. I'll be honest, I don't really speedrun this game. Even though I do say a lot of speedrunning strats, I'm not really much of a speedrunner of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I don't know, just a lot of this doesn't really rub me the right way. The game is a lot more preparations I'm still trying to understand. I am much more well-versed in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. That is my main speed game. In fact, that's like my only speed game. That, or some obscure game called Real Fishing 3. Yes, obscure. I mean, normally I would speedrun that game, but meh. So the next major thing of note, I don't remember where, but somewhere around here there's a one-time NPC. Trying to remember his name. But yeah, somewhere around here there's a one-time NPC that you can talk to and he'll give you free 200G. If for some miraculous reason you don't have the money, you somehow like scrapped it all. Yeah. Alright then, so if you don't have that, then yeah, you get the 2,500 required for this. Alright then, that's all sorted. So if you don't have that, you can find an NPC who'll give you the one-time fund. Just so that way you won't soft lock yourself. Alright then. So I'm just going about through here. I'm kind of derping at this point. Alright. You can totally tell I don't remember what's going on. It's like, hey yeah, here's the beginning of the game. I don't remember what's going on. I seriously don't. Alright then. Yeah, I know, it's 100,000 G. It's almost as if I have like 2.3 million. A silver cylinder? Please. I'm not about that silver life. I'm about that premium life. Alright. Give me that glorious treasure chest. Oh yeah, lots of money. Hello, Rory. So how is that ether cylinder? It was not great. Silvers are for small fry. The real menu is premium. I'll have you know. Alright then. So in New Game Plus, you normally don't get tutorials, except for one important one. While playing New Game Plus, you'll be able to lower your driver's levels, as well as raise them whenever you rest at an inn. The experience difference from ranking to a level will be added to the bonus experience pool. You can talk to traveling bards to exchange bonus experience for valuable items. This is super important. If we go here to the traveling bard, alright then. So you can go ahead and exchange 200,000's worth. Alright then. So this is the first bard, and arguably the most important. Because if we go to accessories, we can go on ahead and expand it up to 3. This is important. A lot of the stuff for New Game Plus, well, to be exact, challenge mode, is balanced around you having 3 accessory slots. This is super important. Trying to see what I want. I don't really know. For the memes. I really don't know what I need. I got Advent, I got Bard. Do I have any critical? See, all these stuff do transfer over. I do have beta scopes. Comet. Okay, I do have some critical symbols. Quite a lot of critical symbols. Alright, well, actually if we're playing on Bringer of Chaos, that really isn't important. Alright, that's probably going to be a lot more important though. Since Bringer of Chaos is definitely interesting. So yeah, so Bringer of Chaos, chain attacks are not really that useful. Then again, it's only going to be for like the beginning part of the game anyways. Alright, who else I got?
Together at last.
Thanks. I'll do my
Oh yeah, I put everyone else elsewhere. Oh, well, not too important. So, from here we can rest at the end. So, pretty much your bonus experience can be treated as grade. Kind of like for those who've played the Tales of series, this is this game's version of grade. Grade is pretty much how well you do in the previous game, so you can set yourself way all the way back to level 1. This is going to be important for other stuff much later on, but not necessarily right now. I'll keep 99 for the sake of speed. Alright then. So while going through here, we can go ahead and just talk to all your NPCs once again. There's something I do want to bring up though right now, and that involves Rex's junk sword, because at this point you'll be dealing with Rex's junk sword. Because of this though, since Jen's also here, I can go ahead and talk about this, since there's a lot of other things I want to talk about on the abandoned ship, since there's so much interesting stuff with the ancient ship. Rex, when beginning the game, he comes equipped with a sword called the junk sword. This is basically his basic weapon. No chef's just generally that stuff. Jin is equipped with the what is it called? Nodachi. He's equipped with that, with also an invisible blade. So those are really important though, because, well, basically how the game functions, you need a blade, and these characters don't start out the game with a blade, so they're self-equipped with that stuff. Jin is very interesting. If you are able to somehow look at his weapon name for his Nodachi is Masamune. Long silver-haired edgelord with a long sword named Masamune. Where have I heard that one before? Hello, Jin. Yeah, totally fun using you in Torna. Alright then. And next up here we have Malos. Another interesting thing though is because his weapon is self-equipped also. Did I actually put on what his weapon name is? I don't think so. No, but he also has a weapon name that is also not visible, and he wields a slightly different weapon from Sever. We will be able to pull Sever now that we're in New Game Plus. So, just something to note there. Alright then, so here on the ancient ship, there is something really important that we are going to be doing here. So important. Yeah, so this is a glitch that was discovered earlier in 2020 by a speedrunner named Anel. This is super interesting. I'm trying to figure out where. I haven't actually done it before. For this clip, you have to feel around. Okay, it's right in here. You can tell that there's some jankiness. If you're able to do this just right, it's very touchy. You can be able to clip on in. Alright. Turns out I actually had the wrong pylon. So yeah, as you can see, you might have noticed briefly that there was like something interesting. Yeah, you can see that there's something that's popping up on the screen here. Yeah, this ship is not the best programmed. Just gotta feel around. Eventually we should be able to clip in. There we go. Took quite a while. But yeah, you can clip your way into the ship. It's very interesting. And because of this, you can go on ahead and proceed the ship without actually beating the thing earlier. This is super important for doing so, because you can proceed to go through the ship normally without fighting the enemy on top. Because of how Xenoblade works is that it loads the bosses in order. So, because of how the game works, the boss on top of the ship, the Lysat that you have to fight at the beginning of the abandoned ship, he's the trigger for causing the boss to spawn within this room. And because of that boss, well, you can't actually proceed into the next room. There's no collision with this door, and if you proceed into the last room, the sealed room, Pyro's not even loaded. This is super important because this is the only way you can actually get in here. The only way. Because once you beat the boss, you load into a different area and that's it. You have no normal way of reaching this room. In fact, the sword is not even loaded also. Just a major thing of note. So yeah. That's just a really interesting detail to go through with the ship. So, time to actually load the boss. Goodbye. What's that, King? Please. Alright then. So now going through this area more traditionally, and by traditionally I mean not even paying attention. Another cool thing of note though is Malos and Jin. They normally aren't available within the game. In fact, they don't even have bonus experience they can possibly redeem, unlike other characters. So that kind of sucks. Upon going through here though, you normally cannot equip items from your pouch onto these characters. However though, data mines were able to discover that Malos, his favorite items are desserts and arts, and his favorite items overall is grilled anchor tail and argentum noodle soup. For Jim, his categories is staple foods and seafood, loves oyster stir fry, and the Millenarian Titan. This is important though because these items are different from what they are in Torn of the Golden Country. So yeah. Also, I totally just jumped there. So yeah, so that's just going through the ship normally. So that's just some interesting notes though about Jin and Malos. Some interesting trivia, I guess. Alright then. So I think that's about everything we can do here. Just double checking my notes. Looks like it. Alright then. The next thing to note besides this is incredibly awkward is that if you're able to beat that previous boss without actually taking any damage whatsoever, not drawing your weapons, only possibly because of Spike, this area you normally cannot see the name. If you try pulling up the map, it does nothing. That delay is hidden, however though this area does have a location, Dreamworld Elysium. It's never properly displayed though, so hello Mithra, meet Pyra. Alright then, so kind of just exploring Gor Mott a little bit further on. A couple things to note though is that you can actually see the water tower since the very beginning of the game. So yeah, this is the water tower that gets destroyed at the end of the chapter. Something that's relatively pretty cool you can see. That, well, it changes and then it gets destroyed. Another thing of note though, in order to prevent you from going into the back way of Gor Mott, the stairs are very conveniently out. Yeah, how convenient. The stairs are destroyed. Yay. I wonder who's the jerk face that did that. Then, okay. I thought I saw a Titan ship over here on my way over, but nope, just the trees. So just a couple interesting things to note. The next interesting thing to note, though, is that going into E3, this game was originally shown at E3 in 2017, just to show the initial, I guess, build of the game. There's some interesting things. The first thing to note, though, is that, well, the blades, they have different artworks altogether, just early development status. Another interesting thing, though, going through this region is that Rothbart was there since the very beginning. Caused many a panic. Another interesting thing that I don't remember where, but during the showcase, there was a unique monster present in this game. Rambunctious Valkyro. You can find him, I don't remember where, but he was originally in the game. And he was actually still in the data. However, though, he has since been removed. So yeah, not in the final product, but he was there in the original product, which is rather interesting. So yeah, another kind of interesting thing to note, though, is that drivers, they actually have, blades. They had different names for the arts. For example, like level 1 Flame, that was originally something else. Where did I have it in my notes? Yeah, Heat was originally called Flame. Aqua was originally called Toxic, amongst others. So, originally having a water element be more of a poison element. That's why you hear things like Venom Water, all that stuff. Because it was originally built to be more of a poison-based class. The next major thing to note, though, actually I'm going to say is going to be with this battle. I'm just kind of going at it a little more half-heartedly. Is that there's two different enemies that are present in the data. Elite Soldier Lowe's and Elite Soldier Garmin. They exist in the data, however, though, not in the final product. I'm just taking this here because, well, potentially might have been here. They're level 10 and level 9, and they both use different blades. Which is kind of interesting, though. Get dunked on. Oh, you lived. Oh yeah, this is Bringer Chaos. Never mind. Alright then, another thing I kind of want to note, though, I'm just bringing my camera all the way over, is that Poppy is being developed in the other room. However, though, if you pan your camera up, you don't actually see Poppy. I'm disappointed in you, Tora. Disappointed.
I just thought of a great menu idea. Look forward to that later.
Oh yeah, level 3 cooking. Hooray! Glitter bake. Alright then, so we're here with the side quest, Race to Find Nia. I'm kind of bringing this up now because, well, there is unused side quests within this game. Another kind of interesting thing, most of the side quests though within the data, just not really for sure how data E it is. So Rumors of Execution. So yeah, so there exists a main story quest that was unused in the game. The rough translation, couldn't really find too much of official translation. The only translation I know is Google Translate, and we all know how crappy that is. I was able to pretty much look at it as hearing/interview survey. So there originally was another one of these go around, look for stuff, but cut in the final product. I mean, I'm not really too keen on these little side quest things, but yeah. The next thing to note though, Traveling Bard. This bard breaks the game. So, for 200,000 bonus experience, you get 20,000 ether crystals. This alone makes Tiger useless. Absolutely pointless in every terrible way. Yeah, I don't have enough bonus experience. I don't really want to level myself down. Alright then. The name of the Tornin. Alright. So the next major area of note, though, is going to be over here in the main plaza.
This is where we were going.
Over here with the Abel's Fountain. And that involves the awakening of the Common Blade. So the unnamed core crystal. This is very interesting, though. In the original, I guess there lies data for other forms of this unawakened core blade. This unawakened blade is an ether knuckle, is a knuckle blade that is wind. There's two other datas within this. There exists data for an unnamed core crystal. That's one for an ether cannon that's ice, and another, wind, and then an ice great axe knuckle. This knuckle blade is always guaranteed to be wind and knuckle. So yeah, so exists other ones. My main thing though is that they probably went with the knuckle blade because Rex needs a healer, because you don't have any other healers at this point because Nia's MIA, and Tora is not a healer. So yeah, so data for that will remain. So if you've done any work with their blade thing, there we go. I know you don't have anything. Back here is the informant. Alright, I got money. Alright then. So we got all the data we can. Another interesting thing though that I kind of forgot to bring up though is that for this section, Pyra has donned her different outfit. There actually exists a alternate form of Pyra's different outfit during the segment. It changes within the menu, but it was scrapped in the final product. You could tell from the original thing it was relatively small, I guess. There wasn't really too much to it. It definitely was a remnant of early design. So yeah. So it ended up unused. Alright then, now it's time to assemble Poppy. Alright then. Another interesting thing to note though is that that's not all the unused stuff here in Gor Mott. Here inside the shop, you notice, well, I really want this stuff because this stuff's actually pretty good. Well, not really, but I like having these. So, here at the shop, there is a unused item. It's the salted grog satay. And the data, it lists itself within the Gor Mott branch, so more than likely it would have been purchased within here, but went unused in the final product. So, back to story progress. Oh yeah, another thing I should note though, I kind of spaced off while talking. during the Tiger segment for the Taurus segment of the game, you can select any level, including level 5. Interesting to note. Alright then, so at the results screen, I did pretty well. I don't think that's a new record, so there is a hidden medal within this. The pacifist medal. If you don't kill any enemies during the segment, you do actually get a pacifist medal. All around, not really worth it. And bad rewards. I can make my own, gosh darn it. Alright, skills of Rex are impressive, so you do get alternative text if you die immediately. Kind of interesting. The next thing to note though, going about Tora, is that you do not start out with Cutie Pie. You're stuck with Tora's generic blade. Also, get out of here.
At last.
So you're stuck with just Poppy Alpha. You don't get Cutie or Cutie Pie until Chapter 4. So yeah. So I guess the next destination is going to be progressing the story a little bit more. Yay, I can do speedrun strats! Alright, interesting thing while going through this area is that if you have unlocked every single possible, reduced damage from terrain, you can make your way through that area without having to shut off the power. Pretty impressive. Another thing to note though is that Heart to Heart State also do reset, which do count towards Poppy Buster's affinity chart. So pretty good to use. So if you want to build up Poppy Buster, you got 65. These do count towards 70. Alright then, so Dougal's fight is rather interesting. The enemy to the back is known as Balmer Domes. This is important though, because in the original E3 build, Balmer Domes was actually a boss. He wasn't a blade, he was an enemy on his own that you could battle. However though, in this game he has been relegated to just being a blade of a boss and not actually recruitable, which is kind of a shame because I wouldn't mind having Balmer Domes as a blade, but meh. Can't win them all. Alright then, so the last thing I want to note here in Gor Mott for additional changes besides seeing the water tower is that back here, the baby Armu will respawn, so if you accidentally killed it, you have a second chance. Or if you don't really care, the tombstone is here at the very beginning. So you can go ahead and refight them as much as you want. This is interesting as there is another unique monster here that was found in the data but scrapped in the final version. There's a Bunnet that's in the data that's level 99 that is Relentless Armatan. Not the Armadon, but something different. Just a Bunnet within the data, level 99. Don't really know for that. Might have been this version's like Despotic Arsene, the super boss from Xenoblade 1. That's a super high level Bunnet. Has relatively high agility, so that might have been a case. Also, another thing to note is that for more eggs battle, you can just go in the back way. Yeah, that makes totally sense. Hop to the other side of the area. Alright then, while I am thinking about it, another thing I didn't quite mention though is the affinity chart. Once you start New Game Plus, everyone has a bonus affinity chart they can work through. These are expensive. Like 25,000, 20,000. These get really excessive, but they do come in handy. Alright then. So yeah, so just trying to figure out,
That's about that.
I guess I can try to work towards the, that one.
Nice one.
That one's really nice. Trying to see what else is really good. I mean, these skills are really good. I mean, I guess I could reduce break, resist. And I guess boost agility.
Nice one.
Alright then. This will become very important much later on. Next up for Nia.
That takes care of that.
Really useful there. Reduces break resistance. Very useful in general. So yeah, so filling this up will net you more overdrive protocols.
That takes
However though, it's very difficult to do so. Alright then. One major thing to note though, starting up here at Neriah, if you want to fill up a Poppy Cutie Pie's, or I guess fill up all your Poppy Form's charts though, giving them some super good items, you are going to have to recollect all the things. Those do not transfer over, so you won't be able to get all those good rewards, which kind of sucks. So you are going to have to wait in order to really break your characters in the end game. It's life. Alright then, with Vandam back in the party, another thing I should really mention though, is that Vandam did not get any levels at all. Once he pretty much was axed at the end of the chapter, that's it. He does not really collect the bonus experience. As you can see, we can try to level him up, but he only goes up to level 31. He does not get any access to any of the bonus experience. But if we can level him down to level 1 and get 75,000 when everything's like 20,000 or 200,000, so Vandam really gets the shaft. Just another interesting thing to note though. However, though, you can level him up to level 99 should you wish, because Xanos exists in Gor Mott, but you don't have access to any other super bosses because all the good experience ones, they exist after Vandam dies. Sorry, bud. Alright then. So nothing really else here, except right here we have the Battle Observer. I've kind of noticed this before. So if you do go through things though, all the enemies, they do keep around though. This is important though, because one of the things within the game though is that there exists an icon for potentially a bestiary. This goes unused in the final product. It's kind of hard to keep track of all the Orpheolus and all the other enemies of note, but it goes unused in the final product. Kind of sad because it really would have helped out trying to do all the farming, but meh. Not really the most necessary thing in the world. So yeah. Oh yeah, another interesting thing to note though. You can bring Wulfric into this battle. Things will get really awkward. Oh hey look, there's that very sturdy cliff again. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Real shame if it did. God damn it, not again. Okay, that is interesting. Apparently, any items you open in a previous playthrough will carry on into New Game Plus. I was not well aware of this thing. Wait, there's a quest here? Then I remember it's a DLC quest. That's going to be very interesting. So all DLC quests are live at this current point in time. Yay? Because I haven't opened up anything from the DLC. All DLC stuff remains unopened.
And arrived.
Just to kind of show you. Wrong aspect. Going on over the expansion pass. All your item collections have already been collected, so you won't be able to get those again on a new playthrough. So the only things that we really haven't done is, well, challenge mode, which is coming up pretty soon. So yeah, can't manipulate the DLC stuff. Can't get your free items, even though it's kind of moot at this point, because you can farm them relatively easily. I really wish I had all the love sources again. Meh. Alright, the next thing to note though in the city is that the Traveling Bard is located at the higher level. So, you can go ahead and chat with them, and you'll be able to get yourself a legendary core crystal. I don't recommend this, simply because with driver combos, you don't need them. All you need is Cutie Pie. Once you have Cutie Pie, you can smash to your heart's content, and you'll get all the legendary cores you need. Alright then. Alright then. So not really too much else. Just going through this battle as quick as possible. Just saves hard drive space. Basically what I decided to do. So yeah, there's nothing really too much else with this battle I really want to note. It's just really awkward bringing Mithra into this battle, even though it's her awakening. Alright then. So yeah, so you can actually recruit Obrona and Sever into your party, and Akos from cores. I'm waiting to open these cores up until after we get Seekins back into the party. Yeah, Malos, you don't stand a chance. And with that, that is all for Chapter 1. Well, Chapters 1, 2, and 3. There's quite a lot of stuff to go over. In fact, my hard drive space is at well, my timing's at about an hour and a half. I mean, for speedrunner standards, this is really slow. But then again, also I'm fumbling around. Played a bit of it on Bringer of Chaos. And there is a lot of stuff to go over too. So yeah, so that's really it for this episode. Next time in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, we go through Act 2, looking at all the new stuff that's there for New Game Plus and some rather trivia stuff. So, with this, I will see you guys in the next episode.